What is going on, my people? It is your guy Hopeful and bringing you some more Mugen League action. In this fighting game league, we put AI control characters against each other in 2v2 matches. This video will contain set 6 and 7 of wave 11, which means the time to fight has finally come to Mugen League! Maybe 2 teams at least, minimum. So in the background, Shuriken Shadow charging up, Barcelona with Kuma the being attempted inside the erupted Sakura and now going for a big Rasengan. Mugen League where we put Mugen League, where Mugen League where we put air control Mugen characters against each other in a league-based form. If you're new to the channel, I'd like to say welcome and enjoy your stay. I'm on a 13-day upload streak and your support helps it to continue. Before we get into the first set of this video, I would like to show you guys the updated league table right now. And that's what the table looks like coming into set 6 of this video. The teams that will be going up against each other in the first set of this video, set 6 of wave 11, will be the Akatsuki and Root. For the first game, the Akatsuki will be represented by Itachi and Sasori. Root will be represented by Hiruzen and Yamato. Stage will be Tenru Forest. Who do you think will win this first set? Akatsuki are currently in first, Root are in fourth. Akatsuki are also unbeaten so far. They have not lost a set in Mugen League. Alright, round start, I believe it was Hiruzen who used those explosive seals. Currently Itachi and Sasori getting hit by something. I have no idea what. The guard cancel from the Crow Ren comes out. Hiruzen took no damage from that move because it was a guard cancel. It wasn't the actual attack. Hiruzen though is still getting hit by that poison status effect from the Sasori puppet, from the third Kazekage puppet. And now Hiruzen is left to fight against Itachi using the Crow Ren. Itachi catches him. Meanwhile, Yamato is actually getting worked on by Sasori, but Yamato makes it a 2v2. Him, his clone versus Sasori and Sasori's puppet. A proper 2v2. The Crow Ren will connect. Sasori is almost down. Spike Spinner goes wayward. Dotondoryun Heck. Hiruzen gets hit by the Mangekyo Genjutsu, and here comes a Tsukuyomi, which will finish off Hiruzen, I believe. I don't know where Itachi is. Yeah, Hiruzen got finished off, but so did Yamato. Yamato actually got finished off during the Tsukuyomi. Itachi and Sasori are fine though. Actually, Sasori had like a little bit of HP left. Sasori did not have that much HP left. Mokton Yukai Koton. I believe that is Yamato's what, like 2000 power super or something like that. I have no clue. I don't remember which one it was, but it does a lot of damage. That's the most important part. Hiruzen has an entity that is floating on screen. Of course, there's a bug. I am not redoing this match. I don't care about the bug. Hiruzen getting hit by Crow Ren. Sasori's on dire straits. He does not have that much HP. He is poisoning both opponents, and then Itachi with the Crow Ren combo into the Shuriken Rendan. It's gonna basically finish off Yamato in one combo. Same for Hiruzen. Itachi and Sasori getting that 2-0 victory over Hiruzen and Yamato. Alright, because Akatsuki won that first game, they will remain unbeaten in Mugen League because at worst they can get a draw. They will not lose this set. Let's move on into the second game of this set, which will have Kakuzu and Deidara go up against Mifune and Danzo. At the start of Mugen League, Root were on top of the table. Akatsuki has taken that title away from them. Root tried to reclaim that stature. They're currently in fourth, which means they haven't fallen out of top 8, but they definitely want to get back on top spot. Deidara, however, is an enemy to that objective as he's using multiple explosives against both opponents. Mifune is going to get hit by the Heart Steel of Kakuzu. The second Heart Steel goes wayward, does not hit. Danzo using the Wind Shuriken. The third Heart Steel will connect against Mifune. Kakuzu having a lot of HP. Baku summon does not really do much in a 2v2 for some reason. The Piercing Strike, combo ender from Mifune hits the hard skin of Kakuzu, nullifying the damage from that move. And C0 from Deidara. If any of those two characters get hit by that move, they're probably gonna get cooked. Yes, Mifune got, and then Danzo is left to fight on his own. He can awaken, he can activate the Izanagi. He's gonna try to go for the Futon Shinku Gyoku, but that does not work against the projectile spam of Deidara. Clay, dragons, clay bats, everything. Clay everything. Deidara's got you covered. And speaking of clay bats, he's going to start off the second round by going for more of those clay bats. A true zoner, Deidara can be. Clay bat, clay bat, clay bat. Look at Danzo's HP, it's basically gone. Deidara performed a magic trick. He made Danzo's HP disappear. Meanwhile, Kakuzu is just standing in and going for the hard skin. That's cheap. So Deidara Deidara spams from a distance. Kakuzu goes in with a hard skin substitution, and then Deidara just gets to spam moves because none of the AI can hit Kakuzu. That's actually a very cheap tactic, and I don't know if I like that from the Akatsuki. I'm gonna have to probably change the rules of Mugen League around that one. I'm not gonna do any such thing though. Danzo is about to lose all of his HP. Scratch that, he has lost all of his HP. It's just Mifune left a 1v2. Try to go for the sword upper into the quick slash. Another quick slash. I believe that was a slicing win. The sword upper will finish off Deidara. It's just Kakuzu left. Can Mifune get this 1v2 against Kakuzu? Kakuzu should be out of substitutions at his current HP threshold. Mifune landing the truest of combos, but here comes that hard skin substitution jutsu. Kakuzu will run out of those substitutions at some point. He goes for the Doton landslide against Mifune. Mifune fighting back. Now Mifune is not a character you want to get engaged with fisticuffs with, because Mifune has perfect block and the swordsman trait, and we're actually going to see Mifune get a life lead over Kakuzu despite this starting out as a 2v1 in Kakuzu's favor. Kakuzu running in, catches Mifune in the air. The punch extension, another punch extension, but Mifune goes for the slash into the slicing projectile, and Mifune gets the 1v2 against Kakuzu and Deidara. Let me note that down somewhere. Hold on. Mifune 1. Hold on. Deidara went for a move probably like his dummy explosion or something like that. I wasn't looking at the screen. I was making a note somewhere. Alright. Raid Celebration being used by Mifune, that one is. Yeah, he's the one that has that move. Slicing Wind also being used by Mifune. He is working on a perfect right now. Meanwhile, Deidara has already lost a good 50% of his HP. Scratch that, make that a good 60% of his HP. Mifune finally getting tagged. Kakuzu fighting back. Kakuzu starts off with 1050 HP, the most HP of any character. He has the second most base HP of any character in Mugen League. But it looks like it's not really going to do anything here. C3 though is being used, so because Kakuzu was using his hard skin, it distracted Mifune and Danzo long enough for Deidara to actually use a C3, and he's going to actually awaken into the Clay Dragon. Another C3 tossed out. This is round 3, so Deidara is using the C3. It only makes sense. Another one. Mifune is down. No more 1v2s for Mifune. Where is Danzo? Danzo's like on top of the dragon. Goes to the Muktun during Taiho, which connects against Kakuzu. The dragon uses the roar, setting out more explosive projectiles. Danzo is underneath though, goes for the windshield. Deidara's awakening wore off. Danzo using the paralysis jutsu. This is going to be difficult because if Deidara goes close to Danzo, then Danzo will hit him with the paralysis activation. But no, Deidara was wise. He just tossed in a clay bat to finish off Danzo. Danzo looked like he was trying to awaken, maybe even go for the Izanagi, but Deidara, again, a simple clay bat will do the trick. Akatsuki will get a win over the 4th place team in Mugen League. Who can stop the Akatsuki at this rate? Alright, set 6 of wave 11 results in a win for the Akatsuki. What will set 7 bring to us? We will find out right now. We will have Hidden Leaf Teachers versus the Straw Hat Pirates. For the first game, Hidden Leaf Teachers will be represented by Jiraiya and Mizuki. The Straw Hats will have Frankie and Nico Robin. The stage will be Jim. Alright, this is 17th versus 18th right now. H.L.T will try to see if they can climb their way up the table. Mizuki has also not won a game in Mugen League thus far. He's still searching for his first win. Looks like he's going to get just that. Frankie lost a good amount of HP, going for the concrete nunchaku. But Mizuki teleports out. He probably uses substitution at some point and then hit Frankie with the kunai upper. Mifune, no, not Mifune, Mizuki. I might have called him Mifune before. I apologize for that. It's actually Mizuki. He teleports, goes for the explosive kunai, finishes off Frankie. It is just Nico Robin who is left to fight both Jiraiya and Mizuki. The Shuriken Boomerang is going to come back. As you can see, it hits multiple times in multiple directions. Now Mizuki has awoken and is going for his large Shuriken barrage, which will definitely finish off Robin. A bit of overkill. I'm pretty sure Jiraiya had that one covered, but Mizuki said, I will spare no expense. I will take no chances. We are winning the first round, and I am going to win my first game. Here comes a kunai upper from Mizuki. Let's focus on him, sending out a shuriken, targeting Frankie, but Frankie now going for the Gohan Cannon. It's gonna get interrupted by Mizuki though. That should not be able to happen. I'll have to patch that at some point. Anyway, Frankie's Gohan Cannon does not work. Mizuki beats him out of it. Mizuki is the healthiest character between the 4 right now. He uses his blocking. He's gonna get hit by clutches. No, instead he goes for his counter, which does not work against Robin for some reason. Robin using Ultra Floor this time. Oh my goodness, Mifune got hit by the strong right, and he's getting hit by the clutches. Right now, Jiraiya has more HP than Mifune does. Frankie almost down. The Katon Endan combo will finish off Frankie. Cien Big Tree coming out from Robin. Mizuki has awakened into the Shuriken Barrage. Will that finish off Robin? It will not. But the Fire Breath from Jiraiya will. And just like that, Mizuki has won his very first game in Mugen League. Can you tell that I am proud? I'm going to burn the power of Lord Jiraiya of the Sanin into your retinas. Alright, so Mizuki getting his first win, so that I don't know if there are any other characters that have 0 wins. I'd have to check back on that. I think Mizuki was the last one, so now that he has his win, I feel a bit better. Second game of this second set will have Asuma and Kakashi go up against Sanji and Luffy. These are the bottom 2 teams in the league, the Straw Hat Pirates and H.L.T. Which one of them will seize the opportunity? H.L.T. already won the first game, so they can get a point. A point, by the way, if both of these teams get 1 point, i.e. if it is a draw in this set, then they will remain exactly where they are at the table, which is the bottom 2. Alright, Luffy going for gear 4. Bondo Mano! Hold on, I believe Kakashi hit the end of the Kakashi Festival on Sanji. Both Luffy and Sanji can transform. Luffy using his transformation already. Gear 4, super armor. Here comes the Rhino Schneider. Dashing in. The Angry Roar. The burst out from Luffy. He gets hit by the Mangekyou Genjutsu. I guess he's not immune to that technique. However, the Flying Swallow Thrust will connect against Luffy. He goes down on the Raigo Senju Satsu. Actually, no. Luffy does not go down. He just de-transforms. The Raigo Senju Satsu will finish off Sanji though. And Kakashi had finished off Luffy on the left side of the screen. Luffy is a rubber man, so I guess electricity would not work on him. I'm pretty sure electricity would not work on Luffy in real life, but I'm pretty sure Kakashi just used the lightning blade against Luffy to finish him off there. Anyway, the Kamui starter from Kakashi automatically tracks now. Katon Huichi Yagura also used and detonated by Asuma. Kakashi has a lot of power, goes for the Raiji Hashiri into another Kamui. Luffy getting absolutely destroyed by the range jutsu of Kakashi, but hold on, Asuma's lost so much HP, he's gonna go down, but no, Luffy getting hit by the Kakashi Festival. Sanji as well. Luffy's gonna transform into gear 4. Goes for the punches. There goes Asuma. He's down. It's just Luffy to fight. Sanji as well is left to fight for the Straw Hat Pirates. Cross strike connects against Kakashi. Kakashi using a teleport to get out of harm's way. Getting hit by the cross strike. Sanji using extra Hache but going the completely wrong way. Luffy, I believe, ended that one with the Kong Organ in gear 4. 1 round apiece. Like I said, if Straw Hats win this, if Straw Hats wins this game, it's bad for both teams. So H.L.T. really want to win. Straw Hats can no longer win. Anyway, Futon Senpuken being used by Asuma now, engaged in a combat with Luffy. Goes for the Flying Swallow Thrust. Either that or his counter one or the other. Luffy kind of getting destroyed right now. The Flying Swallow Thrust again. This time catches Luffy clean. Allows Asuma to get a second combo. Asuma actually interrupted or was interrupted by Kakashi. Luffy going for gear 4. I don't know if it's going to do much in this game. Might be too little too late. Asuma and Kakashi are really healthy. Luffy goes down. It's just Sanji that is left. And then the Flying Swallow Thrust will finish him off. I believe Asuma is going for a move on Luffy, but Kakashi used the Kakashi Festival, hit Luffy, and then somehow the move transferred over to Sanji. I have no idea how that one worked. I'll hit you with a blade of wind, says Asuma. So Hidden Leaf Teachers are going to get themselves yet another win in Mugen League, another 3 points, and I believe with that, the Straw Hat Pirates are now in 18th place at the bottom of the league, rock bottom, if you want to call it that. Definitely in the next balance patch, whenever that's going to be, the Straw Hat Pirates are going to need some love. They're going to need some upgrades because they can't really buy a win right now. So yeah, they definitely need the help. But with all of that being done, we have come to the end of yet another video. So as always, I'd like to say thanks for watching. Leave a like for all the talking, subscribe for more content, and sound your voice in the comments. Let me know if you got your predictions right. I'll see you in the next video, and a peace.